In this video, we're going to talk about something almost no one says out loud. We assume that skills just happen, that children are going to mature into them, that they're going to just absorb into their body by watching us, or that school is going to teach them the skills that they need. But after 25 years in classrooms, I can tell you this very clearly. Skills expect these skills when children walk through the door. They are not introduced in kindergarten, they're just expected. And when children enter pre-K and kindergarten, they are expected to stay regulated when they get frustrated, follow simple directions, pause and process before they react, work independently, handle not being first, recover from mistakes. Those are not academic skills, those are can-do skills. And here is the truth. Academics do not determine early school success. Self-regulation does, frustration tolerance does, impulse control does, all those can-do skills. Because if a child cannot stay steady long enough to sit, listen, try again, academics will not land. You can know your letters, you can count to 100, but if you can't handle hard things, learning is going to feel hard. And then this is when the emails begin, or you get the call from daycare, not because a child is bad, but because the demands increased and the parking spots were not fully built. In today's classrooms, expectations are higher than ever. More academics, less unstructured play, which breaks my heart, more transitions, more stimulation. Children who arrive at school without emotional regulation and can-do skills struggle. And it's not because they're not smart kids, but it's because their nervous system and their little bodies are not ready. And I'm going to be very honest with you, children notice. They notice who can sit, they notice who can recover, who melts down, who struggles, who's always getting in trouble. This isn't about comparison, it's about capacity. Now, here's where most families get it backwards. They pour energy into academics because they want their child to be smart. Workbooks, flashcards, early reading. But can-do skills come first. They are the foundation that make academics possible. You cannot build math skills on top of a meltdown. You can't build reading success on top of shutdowns. First, we wire in the parking spots so the cars know where to go. Here's the best part. The easiest time to build these skills is during toddlerhood. That's when the brain is fresh and flexible and very, very responsive to repetition. Because what fires together, wires together. That's why it's repetition, connection, and play. During the toddler years, the routes are still being paved. So the cars are small, the lot's open. It's far easier to build that spot and teach it where to go than to tow out all those stalled cars later and try and rewire in a new route. It doesn't mean it's ever too late because our brains can rewire, but later wiring requires a lot more effort because now we have to tow out those cars that got stalled. So it's going to take more repetition and more practice. Toddlerhood isn't the only window, it's just the most efficient one. Now, hear this very clearly because this is not about pressure, it's about priority. You do not need more scripts, parents. You just need clarity about what to build. While there are many can-do skills, there are 3 foundational parking spots that support everything that follows. So these are the 3 big ones. I can stay calm when I'm upset. I can handle my big emotions. I can problem solve. I can be independent. These 3 skills support every classroom expectation. And how are they built? Not through lectures, not through punishment and timeouts, not through waiting it out, but through repetition, connection, and play. Small reps every single day. Moments of co-regulation, moments of practicing frustration safely, moments of building independence intentionally. This is not about perfection. Please don't hear me say that. It's about wiring. Because when you stop racing for bad behavior or what you think is a naughty and defiant little one, and you start building skills instead, everything shifts. Your child doesn't just behave differently, they become capable. And that capacity is what's going to follow them into classrooms, into friendships, relationships, and into their life. If this lens has changed how you see your child, I would love to have you join me inside Gretchen's Garage. I share one weekly insight to steady you before another week of toddlerhood. Those are sent out every Saturday. So you're not late, parents, you're not behind, you're right on time, and this is exactly where skill building begins. Thanks for being here.